Okay, so I just wanted to hop on here just really briefly to tell you about something really cool that I discovered. So I've been trying to think of ways to make more resources for families that want to do catechesis at home or families that are homeschooling, and so they need to be able to do their religion catechesis lessons. And as you know, I'm Michelle Chronister. I'm your host here at My Domestic Monasteries YouTube channel, and I just wanted to share with you some of the books that I've written and worked on, and 2 apps that I found that actually go really well with it. So some exciting news. I am going to be developing some homeschool / home catechesis aids for you to use with books like My Catholic Field Guide, the Catholic Field Guide, if you will. So I'm going to be developing some like worksheets and flashcards and all kinds of really cool stuff. So when that's live, I will let you know. But in the meantime, I just wanted to share this with you, that I found 2 apps that are already out there that you can use with the Catholic Field Guide and Mary Holds My Hand, which is the book that I did with the wonderful Heather Slightholm, and I think a lot of you probably already have that book. So we've had a Kindle Fire forever, and I kept hearing about all the awesome homeschooling apps on iPad, and I was resisting because in general I prefer Android stuff because I just felt like I didn't know any kind of Apple products very well. So I got over my stubbornness, and I had a little bit of birthday money, and so I used it to get a used iPad. And I'm glad that I did, because I found, for these 2 apps alone, it was totally worth it. I did put on here, if you don't already have this, I put iBravery on here, and I'll link this down below the video. So this is what iBravery looks like. It's a horrible glare. This is not the best way to film it, but we're going to make it work. So iBravery has the Liturgy of the Hours on there. So I pray this, my husband prays this. We don't do all the hours. I think we both, most days, try to do morning prayer. Sometimes we do night prayer as a family, and then we do at least part of Office of the Readings together in the evening, my husband and I. So anyways, that's a really great resource if you're looking for a good app to start doing Liturgy of the Hours together as a family, because I love Liturgy of the Hours books, but they're the big thick books, and they have all the bookmarks in them, and the bookmarks look like ribbons, and especially if you have little girls, they're like, oh, ribbons, I'm going to pull them out, and there go all your place markers in your breviary. So iBreviary is the way to go if you got little ones. Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about the app that goes with this book, Mary Holds My Hand, A Child's Book of Rosary Meditations. And I'll link below so you can see how you can purchase this online. All my books are on Amazon, so even if you just Amazon search Michelle Chronister, you can find them all, but I'll link it so you can find it. So this was really neat. Heather Slightholm is absolutely wonderful. You can go on Etsy and you can buy her artwork there. She's extremely talented. I was really excited to collaborate with her on this. I'm trying to remember how many years ago this was. I have to look at the copyright date. Is that bad? Okay, 2015. So we collaborated on this together 3 years ago. I can't believe it's been 3 years already. And the whole point of this book, so this book is not for little kids. I think in my future planning, I have a plan for 2 more rosary books. One's going to be like a rosary storybook. That's like, if you're familiar with the Once Upon a Time Saints series, it's going to be kind of like that, but for the rosary. And then I also, down the line, would also like to do one that's for like itty bitties. So hopefully before my baby is like 2 or 3, I can get this done. But that has a picture for every page. I know there's one out there that's like this, but it's not color pictures. So and the app I'm going to show you has pictures for everyone. But I still think it'd be cool to have like a book instead of just an app, so that if you were somewhere where you couldn't pull out an app, you have an option. Anyways, this one's for probably, I've read it with my little one around, but I think that it's probably more like 6 or 7 up, because the way it's designed is you have the beginning of each. So this is the joyful mystery. So I'll show you like what the joyful mysteries, and it has joyful, sorrowful, glorious, and luminous all in this book. So there's an introduction. So there's the first page telling you which mysteries you're on. The first page of each set of mysteries has a picture, but this is the only picture in each set, which is why it's for a little bit older kids. And then you can see there's a reflection. So the reflection is kind of just a meditation that tells you what the mystery is about, but then is like a guided meditation for the kids to close their eyes and imagine themselves in the mystery. So for example, for the Annunciation, it says, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and listen. And then the child is imagining themselves saying this to Mary. You are busy, Mary. You are tidying your bed, whispering your prayers. Your eyes look heavenward, and your heart does too. I follow at your feet like I do with my own mommy. You smile down at me with love. I am happy to be near you. Suddenly, a great light fills the room. I am scared. It is an angel greeting you, asking you if you will be a mother to a baby boy. You say yes. I don't know why, but I feel joy fill my heart. Now Jesus is here. It's just very simple. So not for like super old kids, but kind of that like younger elementary age. Just really pretty meditation. So most of the meditations don't have pictures with them. Here's the next two. So like I said, that's why this would be for early elementary, not like preschool. But you could use it for preschool or younger if you used it with this app. So if I were you, this is what I would do. I would go ahead and purchase this book. It's on Amazon. It's not super expensive. I can't remember how much it is. In general, if you're talking about color books, to print color books, it's always going to be a little pricier than black and white. But I think that it's worth the extra money because the pictures are so gorgeous. So I would do that, and then I would go on, okay, and I apologize to any Android users because in general I am an Android user. But if you have an iPad, and you can get used iPads for a lot cheaper than I thought. I mean, like you buy a new iPad and it's like, you know, $800 or whatever. I did not pay $800 for this. You can get a used one for around $100, which is still a good amount of money. But I think that it's going to be helpful as a school tool for us. And like I said, somebody gave me the right amount of money, like the exact right amount of money for my birthday, and so I went ahead and got this. This is the app that you should get, though, to go with it. It's called Bead by Bead Rosary. Let's see how well I can film this. Bead by Bead Rosary. And so you can see here it's listed, wrong side. It's listing the different sets of mysteries. So you're going to tap on a mystery, and let's say we just did the joyful mysteries together this morning. And for each prayer, there's a picture. So the kids can either tap on the beads to get to the prayer, or there's like a little next button down here in the corner. So it's really cool because every single, like let's go to the Annunciation, okay? Every single one of these beads has a picture that goes with it. So this would be kind of a cool thing. So in the bottom has the Hail Mary. So it's been really helpful for my 7.5-year-old because she knows how to pray the Rosary, but sometimes like she knows how to pray a Hail Mary, but sometimes as she's going through, she's like just getting like muddled up in her head. And so it helps to be able to look down and be like, okay, that's right, that's how I pray a Hail Mary. And to be able to keep track of it with these beautiful pictures. And so if you want it, so they do have a little scripture selection on here, but if you wanted to do a guided meditation with your kids, but you wanted that picture representation, you want them to be able to tap on it for each Hail Mary, you could do this coupled with that. And I do highly recommend this app. And of course, I highly recommend my book too. So check those two out. The other thing that I found the other night, and I was so excited. So Bead by Bead, I forget how much it costs. I want to say it's like $2.99, something fairly reasonable. This other one I think it's like $4.99 maybe for the app. So I mean, they're not free apps, but they're really well done. So to go with the Catholic Field Guide, as you know, in my book, The Catholic Field Guide, and we do have a little kid version of this, my first Catholic pictures, and I'll link both of those down below. In the Catholic Field Guide, it's designed like a real field guide, you know, where there's a map of the church, and then you have here the different areas of things that you can find. And then when you flip through, this is my favorite part of this book, because I really wanted to do this, so it'd be like a real field guide, and I'm just so excited it worked out. When you flip there, you can see all the color tabs that are organized by the different sections. But this is really comprehensive. I haven't looked thoroughly through the app I'm about to show you. I don't think it's as comprehensive as this, but I'm not sure. But it still is a good tool to use with this one. So this one, I mean, it has almost everything you can possibly find in a Catholic church. There might have been one or two things that when I got to the end I heard about that were really kind of obscure things, and I was like, oh, I wish I could put that in there. But at that point the book was like done. So maybe in a second edition I'll add one or two things. And if you ever see something that's missing, please contact me and let me know so I can put it in a future edition. Anyways, so to go with the Catholic Field Guide, let's say you want to use this with your kids. So once again, because this is all color printing, there are lovely tabs. You know, there's a map in here. In the back, there's even, so each page, just in case you're wondering what it looks like, you've got the picture of what the thing is. You have the name of what it is, where it's located, whether or not it's used during Mass, and then you have the description over here of what it is. The confessional one is a really long description. Some of them are really short. It just kind of depends on the thing. You find a short one. It's like funeral pall is a much shorter one. The color at the top here indicates what kind of thing it is, whether it is vestments, devotional prayer, parts of a church, vessels, books. You can see there. The color is going to tell you what category it fits into. And then at the beginning of each section, it tells you more about that category too. So there's a lot of stuff in here. And then at the back, so it's organized by categories. It's alphabetical within category. But let's say that you're just thinking of a random thing. You're like, I really want to know what a Paschal candle is. You know, I heard about this and I want to be able to tell my kids about it. So if you go in the back, this took a lot of work, but I'm so glad I did it. There's an alphabetical index of everything that you can find in the book. So this book is a little bit pricey. It was on sale on Amazon the other day for like $26. It's usually closer to $30. But here's my thing, okay? This is going to be a great, just like everything resource for you. You're going to be able to use this so much, whether you homeschool, whether your kids go to a Catholic school, anytime you go to Mass. It's going to be a good reference for you because this is not, none of this is dumbed down in here. You know, I wrote for something that like an adult can read this and not feel stupid because I learned stuff while writing this. And I told you guys before, I have a master's in theology. So I should know all there is to know about this, right? But I learned so much when I was writing this book. So this is just going to be an amazing, amazing resource for your family for years to come. I've been hearing all kinds of great things from people about it who've just really enjoyed using it. But if you are homeschooling or you're doing home catechesis, it's going to be especially useful for you. And you can view this just as your curriculum. Your kids are going to learn so much from this book because not only is it telling them about just like objects they see in church, but each description kind of gets into a little bit of the theology. I mean, some of them that's not relevant, but some of them, some of them it's just like, this is what the thing is. But some of them, I mean, really, like the reliquary one gets into the theology of what a reliquary is and why we venerate relics and how it's not the same thing as worship and that sort of thing. So, I mean, this really, especially once I release all these homeschool and home catechesis helpers for you, the worksheets and activity sheets and all this stuff, just coming really soon. I can't wait. This is going to be something you can use as curriculum. And I would pay $30 for a curriculum. I drop way more than $30 for curriculum all the time. So if you view it that way, then this is well worth the money. But even if not, even if it's just a reference book for your family, I mean, to pay $30 for a reference book is totally worth it. And I'm telling you, you're going to use this a ton. So right now, though, if you want to use it and you're looking for an app for your kids and you have an iPad or iPhone or whatever, Catholic Words is the way to go. This is such a cool app. Catholic Words.
Catholic Words and Games.
Look how cool this is. So there's games, starting with like flashcards. Let's see, flashcards only.
Advent Wreath.
And it goes through and gives you a flashcard for each one. And then you can like flip through to the next thing. Looks like it's alphabetical. I don't have Advent Wreath in mine. That might be one for a future edition.
Altar bells.
But a lot of these are ones that we do have in the Catholic Field Guide, and it's so cool. And I'm sure there's some we have that they don't have.
Altar candles.
We have this in there. So your kids can go through here, and then once they've done the flashcards and maybe read this book a little bit, then there's games that they can do to try to like match stuff.
Flashcards.
Let's see. Go back.
Catholic Words.
So there's memory match, tap it, spell it, and name match. How cool is this? So well worth your money. So if you're wanting to turn this into a curriculum, and this is what we're going to do this year in our homeschool, we're going to be reading this book together. The girls are so excited about it, especially since a number of these things are like This is actually a picture of our church, which they know so well. So they're really excited about something like that. This is the seminary where their dad works. We're definitely going to use this book. And then my oldest especially, is going to use this app a ton. And by the end of the year, she's going to be a pro, and she's going to know so much stuff about what to be found in the Catholic Church. So those are my 2 app suggestions for you. Actually 3. So iBreviary, if you want to pray together, the office as a family, or even if you just want to pray on your own and you can't have a book that you're flipping through because people lose your page. Bead by Bead is the Rosary one, and Catholic Words, and I'll link to them all below. So I hope that's helpful for you, and I will hop back on and let you know once I have all these resources done, because I'm so excited for them. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specifically too that you're looking for resource-wise. I'm planning on doing various like work pages, maybe like a matching one, a fill-in-the-blank one. It's going to be using pictures from here, and you're going to be able to purchase a pack of it, like a PDF or something like that, and then print them off as much as you want. So you'll have the book, but then you'll also have, they're going to be using the pictures from this book. They're going to be using definitions from this book. So you'll have these worksheets like for life, and you won't just have to buy one set and then pay for another set to buy another one like you would with a workbook. You can print them out as much as you want. You can go and get them bound. You can put them in a binder. And we're going to be using them in our homeschool too. And I'm really excited about that. So stay tuned for that, and I'll let you know. And in the meantime, I hope you're enjoying your day today. It's Saturday and sunny, and we're enjoying our day here. So thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you're following us and that you share us, because there's not a ton of Catholic homeschoolers on YouTube, and we want to, represent. And I want to make sure that all these different resources get into the hands of families who need them, because being Catholic is cool. So tune back in again soon to my domestic monastery, where we work, pray, play, and sleep here in my domestic monastery.